Caitlin Clark will compete in the Annika ProAm.
If you thought Caitlin Clark was unstoppable on the basketball court, wait until you hear what she's doing next. In a move that's already sending shockwaves through the sports world, Caitlin Clark is returning to the LPGA ProAm at the Annika Sörenstam LPGA event, and this year, she's not coming alone. Sources close to the event hint that fellow WNBA star Sophie Cunningham will be joining her on the fairways. Yes, you heard that right. Two of the WNBA's brightest stars are teaming up, and the league is reportedly furious. For those who have followed Clark's career, this isn't just another celebrity golf cameo. She's been making headlines since the first time she touched a basketball, breaking records, drawing massive crowds, and single-handedly revitalizing fan interest in the WNBA. But somewhere along the way, the league itself seemed to take a step back. Insider whispers suggest that league executives have been scrambling to figure out how to handle Clark's growing crossover appeal, an appeal that isn't limited to basketball. And now, with Sophie Cunningham joining her, it's a power move that no one saw coming. Last year, Caitlin Clark's first LPGA appearance was already enough to make waves. Teamed up with world #1 golfer Nelly Korda, Clark didn't just play golf, she stole the spotlight. The LPGA rolled out the red carpet. Press coverage, live streaming adjustments, social media blitzes. Everything was designed to maximize Clark's impact. The result? A single golf event generated more excitement, more media buzz, and more fan engagement than most of Clark's WNBA games combined. And insiders say this year's event promises to be even bigger, especially now that Sophie Cunningham is rumored to be on board. You have to understand the significance here. Clark and Cunningham are not professional golfers. They're basketball phenoms, yet their mere presence transforms a golf tournament into a social media frenzy. Clips of last year's drives and putts went viral within minutes. Golf suddenly became appointment viewing, with fans tuning in from all over to catch a glimpse of Clark's crossover magic. And while the LPGA was celebrating, sources say the WNBA was quietly panicking behind closed doors. Executives reportedly debated whether allowing Clark to participate would distract from the league, failing to realize that she is the league, in terms of fan attention, media traction, and ratings. And now, with Cunningham joining, insiders claim the WNBA is more unsettled than ever. Fans have already noticed Clark and Cunningham's collaboration on social media, and speculation is running wild. Some believe this move could be the start of a larger trend: WNBA stars exploring opportunities outside the league, leveraging their personal brands in ways the WNBA has been slow to understand. According to one anonymous source, the league is terrified of losing control over its biggest stars. Clark and Cunningham could easily create a moment bigger than any playoff series. The LPGA's strategy couldn't be simpler or more genius. They pair the basketball stars with top golfers, build storylines around them, feature them in leadership panels, and showcase their crossover appeal to a new audience. Meanwhile, the WNBA continues to treat its stars like corporate assets, carefully managed and tightly controlled. Clark's rookie season alone shattered records: 62 statistical records broken, a franchise revitalized, and MVP contention as a first-year player. Yet her recognition within the league? According to insiders, minimal. The contrast is stark. Fans remember the infamous Rookie of the Year award ceremony for Clark. One source described it as an empty gym, no cameras, and no excitement. It looked like a forgotten high school assembly. Meanwhile, the LPGA's ProAm embraced her as the centerpiece of the event. Clark wasn't just included. She was showcased, celebrated, and given a platform to amplify women's sports in ways the WNBA hasn't. Add Sophie Cunningham to the mix this year, and the potential for media frenzy is off the charts. What's particularly fascinating is Clark's authenticity. She didn't show up pretending to be a golfer. She genuinely loves the sport, having played since childhood. Insider accounts from last year describe her as focused, genuine, and inspiring, connecting with fans, interacting with other players, and bringing a level of energy that feels effortless but magnetic. And now, with Cunningham rumored to join, the dynamic is amplified. Fans are already buzzing. How will two of the WNBA's brightest stars dominate a golf course while still representing basketball's best? It isn't just the fans who are excited. LPGA veterans reportedly expressed admiration for Clark's presence. One said, "Seeing what she's done for basketball and now bringing that energy here is phenomenal." Another player, Marina Alex, joked about wanting to catch Clark and Cunningham for selfies between rounds. Even the younger players, many of whom grew up watching Clark redefine what female athletes could be, are reportedly ecstatic at the opportunity to meet and play alongside her. Meanwhile, back in the WNBA, sources suggest that executives are grappling with a PR nightmare. Some insiders speculate that the league may have considered discouraging Clark from participating in golf this year, fearing it might overshadow WNBA games. Yet Clark and Cunningham are reportedly determined to continue exploring crossover opportunities, signaling that their influence extends far beyond any league's control. One source close to the WNBA told us they can't be boxed in anymore. Clark and Cunningham are proving that they create their own spotlight, and the league doesn't get to dictate it. Social media reactions are already explosive. Clips of Clark's drives, Cunningham's tee-offs, and fan reactions are being shared thousands of times within minutes. Tweets speculate about the league's panic, while TikTok clips highlight the unprecedented crowds and attention. And while the LPGA is smiling all the way to viral trending pages, the WNBA's response, or lack thereof, is fueling fan frustration. Comment sections are filled with phrases like, "Why can't the WNBA celebrate their best players?" and "Clark plus Cunningham are bigger than the league itself." Insider rumors even hint at possible future collaborations between Clark, Cunningham, and the LPGA beyond this Pro-Am event. While nothing has been confirmed, fans are speculating about a potential tour, endorsements, or even a special crossover charity match. The mere possibility has created a media storm. Sports analysts are scrambling to comment, while league officials reportedly hold emergency meetings to discuss strategy and possibly damage control. The story here isn't just golf. It's a lesson in star power, media influence, and the business of women's sports. Clark's presence demonstrates that leagues who fail to recognize their top talent are missing out on major opportunities. Meanwhile, the LPGA's embrace of Clark and now Cunningham proves the opposite. When you celebrate your stars, the sport grows, the audience grows, and the cultural impact is enormous. Even casual observers are noticing the difference. Fans who have never watched golf before are tuning in to see Clark and Cunningham, boosting ratings, social engagement, and global visibility. Sports media outlets are reportedly adjusting coverage schedules to include more live footage of their participation. The impact is undeniable. Clark's presence, paired with Cunningham's rumored involvement, isn't just a side story. It's shaping the narrative of women's sports for 2025 and beyond. And while the WNBA debates internal messaging and corporate language, Clark and Cunningham continue to define their own story. According to one source, they're showing the world that they don't need a league to validate them. Their talent, their brand, and their influence speak for themselves. It's a bold statement, but one that resonates across fan communities and social media platforms. The LPGA, on the other hand, reportedly sees this as a strategic masterstroke. By highlighting the crossover appeal of athletes like Clark and Cunningham, they're attracting new fans, increasing sponsorship opportunities, and elevating the profile of women's golf to levels previously unseen. From every angle, the contrast is stark. One league embraces its stars, the other struggles to acknowledge them. In the end, the Caitlin Clark plus Sophie Cunningham Pro-Am story isn't just about golf. It's about recognition, influence, and control. It's about the power of athletes to define their own narratives and the consequences for leagues that fail to adapt. And with November's Annika ProAm approaching, one thing is clear: the world will be watching. The LPGA smiling, the WNBA sweating, and fans across the globe eagerly waiting to see what happens next. So, what do you think? Should the WNBA finally learn to embrace its stars, or is it too late? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, this isn't just a golf story. It's a lesson in sports, influence, and what happens when talent refuses to be contained.